Zombie Elementary, lost in San Francisco. Zach and Tina ran through town and into the forest. Frank-Kentucky, they cried, but he was nowhere to be found. I can't believe you let him get out again, Tina yelled. Me, you and Ivan were supposed to be watching him today, Zach said. A bat landed nearby, and Ivan appeared in a puff of smoke. I saw him go in there. He pointed to a tunnel that went deep into the ground. They all took a deep breath and crawled inside. The tunnel turned into a wide cave. Suddenly, two big eyes gleamed in the darkness, and a roar blasted through the cave. Monster! Ivan cried. Zach pulled his friend to the side as the creature whizzed by. That wasn't a monster, Zach explained. It was a train. Come on. They climbed through the tunnel and found themselves among a sea of people. I know where we are, Zach said. This is where I used to live. It's San Francisco. Frankie must be out there somewhere. They hopped out into the street among rolling hills and skyscrapers. A bright white bridge spanned sparkling blue water in the distance. A trolley rang its bell as it rolled down tracks in the street. Come on, Zach said. They jumped on board. Keep your eyes out for Frank-Kentucky. A pair of tourists on the trolley looked at Zach, Tina, and Ivan with funny expressions. Have you seen a cooked turkey running around? Ivan asked. The tourist looked at his friends. Is it like Halloween here every day or something? He asked. The trolley dropped them off near the water. It was packed with people who jostled Tina, Zach, and Ivan as they rushed by. Frank-Kentucky, Tina cried. He could be anywhere. We better find him before lunchtime, Ivan said, recalling what humans like to eat. He's probably scared, Zach said. He'll look for a place that reminds him of home. Like there, Tina said, pointing to an island in the bay. That place looked haunted, but the boat ride to get there cost human money, and they didn't have any. Nearby, a performer was juggling balls. Onlookers tossed money into his hat. I have an idea. Zach raised his voice and called to the crowd. Look at me, the amazing zombie! That when everyone looked over, he popped off his head and a leg and juggled them in the air. The audience went wild. "Unbelievable!" one of them cried. They threw money at Zach's feet. It was more than enough to buy tickets for the boat ride to the island. When they arrived, they wandered the island and searched the empty, creepy cells. "Look, a clue!" Ivan held up a feather. Tina rolled her eyes. "Frank-Kentucky doesn't have feathers." "Oh, yeah," Ivan said, blushing. Frank-Kentucky was nowhere to be found, so they headed back to the city. They found themselves in a place called Fisherman's Wharf. "Frankie could have come here," Tina said. "These giant red spiders are pretty creepy. They might remind him of home." A kid suddenly screamed, "I want turkey!" "You can have crab or fish," his mom said. "They don't have turkey to eat here. But I just saw one running that way." "Don't make up stories," his mom said. "This way," Tina said, heading to where the boy had pointed. Ivan and Zach followed, but there was still no sign of the turkey. "Look," Zach said, picking up a sticky blob of breadcrumbs and celery in front of a door. "Stuffing! He must have gone in there." The place was a really fun museum. They bought tickets with Zach's juggling money, and they went inside. It was full of experiments that flashed and hummed. "He's got to be here somewhere," Ivan said. "This is just like the science lab where he was born. This is home to him." "There he is," Tina whispered. Sure enough, Frank-Kentucky was up on a table, marching around nervously, surrounded by children. "This is the coolest thing ever," one kid said. "Is it a robot? Is that your exhibit?" They heard one of the workers ask. The other workers shook her head. They were very, very confused. "Frank!" Zach called. Frank-Kentucky heard his voice and came running, then did his little dance. "Come on, we're going home," Zach said. Frank-Kentucky jumped for joy. They ran outside and ducked into the weirs before anyone could follow them. Somehow, they found their way back to the tunnel. An hour later, they were safely sitting in front of Zombie Elementary. They all gave Frank-Kentucky a big group hug. "We promise we'll take better care of you so you never get lost again," Tina said. "It's our job to make sure you're safe." Frank-Kentucky did a little happy dance, and they all laughed, revealed that he was home.